And welcome to the Breakfast Club. My name is Darren Hancock, and this is ThetaWaveTrader. I want to show you guys, I kind of want to share with you guys a little trade I took this morning, just a few minutes ago. This is the continuation model. So see how we've had this change in direction. We swept down. We did not get a chance to refill it. Next one. If we continue to drive through each one of these, always choose the last one as the most likely one for it to retrace back to. So we see how we drove through this one and this one. They're all kind of attached really because they're considered imbalances, right? Or at least up to here. Sorry, this one's not because it's got a wick going through it. So we've got all of this. I'll mark it out for you so you can see. From the edge of that imbalance to the edge of that imbalance. This is what Michael, this is the new name he's got for suspension block. We included it anyway, but he calls it a suspension block, so it doesn't change the fact that it's still an awesome block to bounce off of. So we don't just use this BISI, we use the whole imbalance along the way. We trade through it, we come back to it, and then we continue to run for the discount box. Little tiny guy down here. Take that out. Now looking for a continuation or an extension model. So usually, typically, you want to see it stop right here, come back, tag this area, go back lower. So it ran all the way through. So now we've got extension. Now I want to see a continuation model. Continuation model is using this wick all the way through to, because this wick is part of this imbalance. You have to use the whole imbalance. So as soon as it came back up, I tagged there, came back down, moved to the zero stress trade and let her run. So now we've traded back through this SIBI and we're tagging it to go lower. So it's got to start picking up the pace here and start running lower, or I'm out. It's not doing what I want it to do, right? So there, it's passed by one. So you pay yourself that, so I paid myself one there, move my profit down, and now I'll just let it run. Now a downside target of this next little 5-minute range would be right here. So I'm targeting 24,957 to 24,938. And then if we manage to do a continuation extension or extension continuation model from here, I'll be aiming for a little further down. I have a deeper dive. I'm looking for this thing to get down into maybe this week or today. I'd love to see it get down to 24,480 or 24,450. So I'm going to try just leaving it on today and see if it gets all the way back down there. I use my buddy Ollie's approach. That's my downside objective. So let's just see if it reaches there now that we've taken a piece, we've paid ourselves, and we're in profit. So it's a zero stress trade. If it doesn't work out, we got enough to pay for coffee and dinner tonight. Does that make sense? I don't even know if anybody's even watching right now. Let me see. Let me go to the channel here. Go in there, set feedback. There we go. All right. Oh, we got 5 of us watching here. Oh, welcome 5 people. Nobody's talking, hey? Well, nobody wants to say good morning. Good morning, you everybody. Good morning, you 4. It's 5 people. Good morning. Good morning. Anybody say hello this morning or not? Family's here today, so all's great. So you see how we got this change in direction here. We've already swept the low. So if they come back through that BISI there, that'll take me out. Oh, there they are. It's just popped up your conversations just popped up there. Good morning, Russell. Hadi, my buddy. Reza, how's it going? Thanks for the chat yesterday. Took me out there. Oh well, see, we got paid and it took us out. So it's obviously got other things in mind. Maybe re-engaging this old BISI up at the top here. Engaging more of this before running lower. That's fine. We got a little piece of action on that one. So we come back here and again do this all over again. We've got to get back to this level and take out this little candle to the left of it. So that's always important. Look for this reverse and look for the first candle to the left, which is this guy here, but he's buried inside of all this. This is what we were talking about yesterday, Reza. These three candles. So we want to see it get on top of that. Well, then now you're already next to that one, so you might as well wait for that one. And here's your premium. So they're all kind of so close together. It's like, well, how am I going to nibble a little piece out of that? So you want something cleaner, right? If it's a matter of waiting for time, wait for the open, or wait for a nice clean reversal off that consequent encroachment there. That's what we're looking for. Anyway, good morning, Hadi. In short, risk free now. Yeah, you should be out as well. Yeah, you're out as well. 162 is my first target. 162. Where was your 162? 160. Oh, you were way down there, hey? 162. Wow, that was a way down there. Are we switched over now? Has everybody switched over to the new March contracts? Well, let me get on the bus with everybody else. See how we've traded above there? This now makes this valid. We're in it. That's your entry 1, entry 2, entry 3. So, and you're already tagged this old high here, right there. So you're looking for that to go higher now. Let's try that. Let's add one on there. Let's just do it, man. I'm gonna put our stop loss just below the bottom of that because we don't want to see. We want to see this act as a breakaway now and just go higher. And if we do come back, that's all you get. That and that little BISI there. I don't want to see the mean threshold of this candle get taken now. So get on out of town. Head on up. Here's our bull trap. We're sitting right on the bull trap as well. So here's the problem with this trade. It's that bull trap holds price, rolls over, and takes us out. So if I lose the mean threshold, close out the trade, say screw that. It's not acting the way I want. Get out of town. So watching the sensitivity off this candle here. And it's not really giving it a try. It's going to have a big power push through here. As it starts to eat through this candle, I lose my love for this. It's almost like a graded response, right? A, B, C, D. There is a BISI up there on a 15-minute that we've traded through. Yeah, that's probably more logical out of that. That's more logical that it's traded back into this BISI here, rolling over and coming lower. So I'm going to wait now. I close that out. I'm going to wait. What was I saying? Oh yeah, the contracts. What is it now? Is it Q? QQ? What is it? That BADV only works in the continuous futures, I think, Kevin. Not in these looks better. H. Like if I go here, Kevin, watch this. So I go here and I go futures and I go NQ, just a continuation. You see it's available for you down here now. It only works in those long future ones, the continuation futures, not in these minis. That was a note from my buddy Abs, who continues to watch our show on his after he's home from work. Bless him. Thank you for tuning in, Abs. You're doing a lot of hard work there, man. Still dedicated to trading and working and paying his bills, and love it. Love it, love it, love it. Good work, man. Anyway, let's get back to this continuation over here. Let's get back to go down into NQ, then take this, go to the March contract. See how it disappears again? I guess you can just stay in that. Maybe that's what that's all about. It's just stay in the NQ. And then it just switches over for you instead of you having to click this all the time and keep going over there. Maybe that's what it's about. It could be as simple as that. That you don't have to keep switching contracts. Anyways, there's that low we're talking about right there. See how it hit it? Bingo. And now I want to see it push higher. So you can allow it to come down to there. So your stop loss would have to sit way down below that block right there. So I'd like to see it go higher, but that looks like it's a tag on a higher time frame. Looks like it's bouncing off of a key level. So now, this is what we talked about yesterday, Reza. Now that you see this higher time frame hit, there's one right there as well. We trade through, come back to it. Now you want to see here, anything on the lower time frames that gives you an indication of a reversal. So we have a market structure shift right here on a 5-minute, hit it and react off of it. So that looks like it's a good place for a turn. This is showing you on a lower time frame. Yep, that's a great little swing or market structure shift on a 5-minute for continuation short. And this was a small run back up inside this SIBI, but it did not break the SIBI high. You see, and that little BISI's holding on the other time, the other chart, we had that break that SIBI already, right? On the March contract, it's not. So if I was on the March contract, I wouldn't have taken the trade because we haven't traded A above it and B, there's the bull trap. So I wouldn't have traded about that. But if you go back to that March or the December contract, this was down here, or sorry, this SIBI here was a lot smaller and we'd already broken through it. Tag it and go higher, right? Isn't that what that was? Or was I just playing it off of here? I can't remember now. But it's definitely not a solid reversal unless you consider this here. Bounce off that. So now you kind of I mean, like Alice in Wonderland, it's all kind of confusing here now. We've got yes, yes, yes and no. It's like it's coming back into this. We're getting nothing there. We get through here. We have a change in direction. We've taken out this little high. We're back inside this small little range. So I'm in a very double yeses with a flip flop. Could be yes, could be no. So what's the safer way to do it? Wait for this to get taken on the downside, do the continuation model, and then get back in sync with the market. Vitaly, good morning. How was your silver working today? Micro silver, high hole silver. Well, there's a change there. See how many times we hammered around inside that? And now we've run back up into this range. So you're kind of looking for a box-to-box trade right here. That's the target. So you would have been sitting in that since 1 o'clock in the morning. That's your objective. And then if you can get through 64.07, wiggle room 64.110, use it as support, run for these highs, and then start targeting your 15-minute again. That would be yours. Silver. How's our Disney doing? Come back inside this. Bodies are sitting right on 50%. We come up into 62% of that wick, or of that, sorry, of that gap there. And so far, we're body stuck on 50%, and now we're rolling over to go lower. So let's see if Disney can get back down, get some market structure shift here. I want to see it get back down this range, then I'll end up picking some of that up next year. That might be worth a buy next year. Look at that. Nice little 20% jump. Euro. Let's look at some Forex here. This high is taken. Nice big bold candle here. It's a mitigation block. It's not a breaker. This mitigation block, we traded above it right here. We come back to mitigate off of it multiple times, even back near its mean, or it hit its mean threshold there. Draw a line straight out. A mitigation block holds. We see this swingless, this load's been taken out, change in direction. We trade above it, we trade back into the change in direction. No body breaks below it, so we keep that going. Run for the high, pay yourself at the high, then you're looking for a graded response. We're back into that candle's high to mean threshold again. Now we've had a reaction off of it, so you don't want to see it come digging back down into here. Then look at an immediate rebalance of all this area here, and then pull back. So I would like to see this just come to this old high here, continue pushing higher. If we end up running through this SIBI again, then look for another run lower, or just sideways for a while. That doesn't look super explosive right now. What's the pound doing? Yeah, the pound against the or euro against pound is not doing so well. So if this is the turn right here, we've traded back into it, looking for it to go lower, wait for market structure shift, and use this candle here to go lower. What's happening with our little piggies and stuff? Little piggies on the run still. Broken that high now with a close. Now you want to see this candle. Unfortunately, it's this whole thing right here. That's quite a lot to drop. It's like $4. If it's really explosive, then we should just see this tag this high, what it's doing right now. Tag that and start leaving. All the way down to tag, tag, and then no more than 50% of that. So no more than $81 or whatever this is here. 81.37. I'll put a line in the sand there. 81.37. No lower than that, please. Just the graded response. You got A, B, 25%, and D, 50%. You don't want to see any more than that. Not that you guys are trading little biggies, of course, but I like this. You see the sugar? We have a trade through it. We trade back to it. We range extend right into range extension because there is no SIBI down here for it to run for. So it just ran straight for the discount. Hit it. Still don't have a SIBI until here. Body trades above it. We wick all the way back into the mean threshold of this candle, but the body trades above, so that's considered a valid entry. Pull your fib tool. Is it below 50%? Did you pick it up below 50? Run it up. Use your fib tool on the inside here. And we're using this. There's no BISI on this side, so you use the next range, and the BISI's on that side. Come back up inside it, hit it right on the top, and now we're gonna. I expect to see if we can get below here to see this really accelerate through this lows and start targeting down here again. Coffee. Mean threshold, market structure shift right here. You tag it, continuation. So this was the market structure or extension, continuation, boom. We're through this level here now. You want to see this level get held. So we traded through it. Same thing we just saw here. Trade through it, come back to it, extend lower. Here's the next level. You trade through it right here. We opened, actually right on it right there. You closed below it and you didn't even get a chance to tag it. Just from literally from there, it just kept going lower. Oh no, look, there's another one right here. That one there. Wow, that's a neat. I'll have to draw that out just so you don't think I'm form fitting this one. I take that sucker right there, hit the shift key so it holds it solid. Oops. On 0. Trades below it. Oh, you don't get a chance to tag it there. That one you don't get either. But this one you don't get a chance to tag it. So away she goes. And you don't even get this one. And you don't even get an institutional order flow entry drill. So that's what we want to see for aggression. But you want to be on that somewhere. That was if you would have stayed on that back up in here, man, that really picked up some aggression. Didn't give anybody a chance to get onto that one. That's cool. All right, some examples of what we do every morning. Attaboy, get on up. Let's look at ES. I know Kevin loves ES. So ES has a change in direction. Trade above. There's a perfect entry right there for a long. Midnight candle. And all this imbalance over here. can almost draw that out here and see if we actually come back and retest it. From there all the way out to there. So I'm tagging that little guy. Let me draw this bigger so you guys don't have to worry about your screen getting all. So I'm tagging this little box right here. See that imbalance, imbalance, imbalance? I'm including all of this up inside that. So when we break up, when we break the high, you want to see it come back, tag this box, that's the premium inside that range. The premium box is broken, we tag it, and we go higher. Then we see a small reversal right here. We traded through it, we came back, tagged it, and we go short. Now you're inside this range, right? Or no, it would be this range because we have a little SIBI right here, a little imbalance. So you come back down, you tag that, you get through it. Now you want to see it come back and use it as support. See how it breaks through it? Very important you see this. Also, we're re-engaging this old BISI back here as well. So kind of keep that in mind once you've traded down into it. Do we trade through it and continue going lower? So even if you thought, for let's just say this is the range you're trading in, and that little imbalance there was your premium discount. You got to look for the range that has these two in it for a box-to-box trade. So there's your box. You run down, you take out your box, you go, great. Now I want to see an extension model. Well, it gives you extension right away. Then you say, great. Now I want to see a continuation. I want to see if it runs all the way back down into these boxes down here, right? So this now becomes the important type of level right there. That's my area of interest. I say, if it trades back to it, then I want to go lower. But if it doesn't, it now becomes an inversion. And now it says, now you're on the wrong side of it because it's going higher. So that's when the continuation model fails and you move right back into the opposite trade. So fails, closes above, comes back, tags it perfectly for you to get back in sync with it, for it to go higher. That's how I use this SIBI for range extension and continuation. But when it fails, then I use it for a continuation in the opposite direction. And that's perfect right there. That's an excellent example of what to look for, right with precision. Oh, I'm on the wrong side of this. If I come back and tag that, now I can go long. And then if it trades back through it again, that's that consolidation. You got the start of your bear flag, and then you wait for a continuation model here or a breakout above the consolidation. CAM model 1, 2, and 3. Does that make any sense? I hope that worked. I hope that makes sense to you guys. So there's the continuation right there. And see how we've got a swing low point, and you say, but wait, isn't this what you call the validation? Isn't this the reversal? Yeah. When it trades back through there, now I'm looking for this one. Now I'm looking for this one. And it just keeps going higher. Then you go, okay, now I'm past the premium. Now I'm waiting for this candle, which is buried inside these two. So like I told you yesterday, Reza, that one is the ideal one, but I want to see, because it's buried inside these, I take the body and I move it out like this. And I go, I just want to see the mean threshold of, no more than the mean threshold of that get traded back to. And there we go. There's 50%. And then we go higher. So there's the continuation model. We've already got the extension. Now I want to see the continuation. And that's continuation. So that's how it works on your ES as well. This is a key piece you need to understand. And it's not form fitting it. We do this every morning. We look for that exact thing. And if we're on the wrong side of the horse, you just got flipped off because you wanted that to go short. You got flipped off there. So unless you're holding on tight, you go, whoa, whoa, I'm on the wrong side of this. Close my trade off. I'm going to go long now. And I'm only going to do it once. Because if it fails, then look, if we trade back through there, I'm going to wait for market. They take a couple of hits, and that's the nature of the beast, man. But that's how you catch it right there. Trades through, comes back. Now it's inversion, even though this candle hasn't even been validated yet, or this armed yet. It's been validated, but it hasn't been armed. It doesn't get armed until we get above it. While you're already in the long right there. That's how you find it. If that helps. Look at that huge change in direction right here. Trades right back into it. Take out the low. Trade back into this imbalance, the SIBI. Remember, looking this side of the range. So what we're looking for here, trade through it, trade back to it, and keep going lower. Here it is. Trade through it, trade back to it, go lower. That's what we're looking for here. This is when it's working. That's when it's not working, and how you get back in sync with the market. So there's two really good examples right there of continuation model and a reversal continuation higher. Then you pull your price leg on that, right? As soon as you see that happen and it clears that high, you'll see me occasionally doing this in the charts. Not that these are super reliable, but I like to take these things and go, I wonder what's the upside objective I'd be aiming for as a next upside leg push. And look how much higher it went. That, anyway, that would be a quick target for me. And this is our regular trading hour gap. That's too much chop already. Don't even like it. What's Mr. Gold doing? Wow, that's a nice little wobbly range with these little consolidations that make it difficult to find an entry on a 1 hour chart. Got this one here. Now you've broken this bull trap and you're above 50% of that range. So we'll have to get right back down into here for you to catch along into here. And if that's the upside objective, which is about to reach, then just about to tag the premium already. You don't get the discount. So because this never got hit and this never got hit, we're coming straight up here to this premium. If that stops there or stalls, especially at the consequent encroachment of that, and I've pointed this out to you before, Hadi, is when you see this, if that stalls right there on that 50% and starts to come back through these levels, look for a re-engagement of this high and this level that we haven't touched. Like it doesn't go, oh, I want to forget you, unless it's really aggressive. It says, I want to come back and just give you guys an opportunity to get on the bus. So this would be like Darren and Hadi standing at the bus stop waiting for the bus to come back and pick us up. Go for a long. So just watch this level and see how that acts off of there, whether it comes back into the range to look for these two areas here. So I will put this back in that little thing. What about me? I'll put us in here. What about us? Darren and Nadia back here. Hello. So look for this area right here. So anywhere inside that little bubble, react off of that, come back and see if we can get into our little catch Darren and Hadi on a bus for a go along. And again, if it pops through there, then forget these dudes. We're on the run for these highs. Bitcoin, what are you up to, Bitcoin? There's a Cam Model 1 entry. Yeah, right to a Cam Model 1 right there. Right there. So consolidation, displacement candle. Then we want to see it come back and tag the top of the candles to the wicks, or the bodies, wicks to the bodies, up to 25%. Then 50% is a full Cam Model 2. There is no Cam Model 3 in this case. It's just Cam Model 2. So if you lose more than 50% at 85,843, you're on the wrong side of this. Wait for a market structure shift. This could end up being a Cam Model 3 once that leg gets taken out for a further downside run. But for now, I like that as a Cam Model 1 entry for a long. Wait for this rejection block, which has just been hit. Pay yourself at rejection block. So if you entered in on a 1, pay yourself at rejection block. Get yourself to break even, zero stress trade, and let her buck. Always put a bit in your pocket, especially this time of season when markets can get really kind of crappy, choppy. Look at oil. My goodness. All those oil barons not making money, they're going to be complaining to old Trumpy boy there. That was part of his portfolio, wasn't it? Leave the oil and gas to me. Yep. Yep, we can see it in your capable hands. So anyway, we got this change in direction is only established once we get above here, so this is still continuing to roll over. What's its downside objective, you say? Well, we'll have to go to the daily chart for that, because that's dropping like a little stone. So we're sweeping, looking for a sweep of 55.34 and 54.76. If we continue to rip through that, like right now, I'd like to see that. Now we're in this range extension. See how we traded through that level? Now you want to see a range extension model. So you want to see this trade back into this. And if you go down to the lower time frames, we'll see if we actually hit that. That's the level you want to kind of keep an eye on right there. We're looking for a retest of this before going lower and take that low out. Where's weeklies? I'm curious to see where weekly's taking us. Weekly's still got one more little. There's your next weekly objective anyway. If you lose that, and we take out this lot, ooh, I'm sorry to say, folks, your oil is coming down to $50. You got all these gaps in price down here on the weekly chart. Your oil could be like really taking a super dive here. Get right back into this huge crap back in February, March. This is COVID, isn't it? Yeah, it's COVID. So coming all the way back to COVID prices. Nice portfolio. So this would be a great little pickup for prices if you can pick up a deal down in here. Look for a reversal. That might be a nice little opportunity to get in on that in March. We can get into that March, April. Start targeting this area. There's be a nice little long for the year right there. Look for that spot right there. If we hit in here, you can start scaling in, but you actually don't start scaling and wait for your reversal to occur in here. This is a weekly chart. Look for the daily and 4-hour reversals here to start catching a long. And you might be able to catch a nice super long all the way back up into a premium box. Anyway, it's something to look for later on. So let's just go back into this. Where was the, I think it was the daily, wasn't it? Yeah. Let's look back in here, see if we can find something 4-hour. It's this one right here. So we can pull that down there. So that's how you can see catching that one on a lower time frame. So you're right there. Body trades through it. Oh, you people, are you excited? Look at that. Trades through it, comes back, ping, and you would have got that short right there. How delicious is that? That's the level you're looking for on the daily. If it trades below it, and it does on a 4-hour chart, kind of tells you, guess where I'm going. As soon as it comes back and tags that, catch it for a run. And you're right in here for the last, since $57. You're down $2, so it's a nice little short. Hey, it works on all your asset classes, everybody. Morning, Hans. How you doing? How you doing? Hope everything's well. You're well over there. Mr. Jones, Mr. Jones, Mr. Jones. Trade through it. We came back to it. Look for a range extension. It does. Change in direction. Takes out an old high. Trade back into it. Mean threshold, holds price, takes the high. Pay yourself. Or change in direction. Trades through it. I don't know if that's through it or not. Let me have a look. Let's put our little box on here. I'm just playing more than anything. I don't think I'm doing much trading today. We have to include that little fella there as well. Oh no, this is where I'm after right here, isn't it? Nope, what's that one? Yeah, we traded through it right here, traded back into it, and then went longer. Look for this discount box. You trade right into it right there. Look at that. Perfect. Then you pull back into that range. Look at the old low. Hit the low. Reverses, going lower. Change in direction. We traded all the way back into the change in direction. Went higher. Took out the high. So it's still working, but it's anyway. I just want you guys to see this over and over and over again. So the new year, you start going, hey, there's some value to this, and I can still see it happening from last year to this year. Maybe that was just last year's theme. This year's theme, the algorithm's going to change it up a little bit. Instead of doing that old show and tell, start switching it up. Well, that's the algorithm, my friends. This is my bot I'm working on. It's hitting some syntax errors. Reza, it's driving me nuts. I've got that whole inversion idea I'm working on, but suddenly it's thrown a whole wrench into the AI. So since yesterday, it hasn't given me one workable model. It keeps making error after error. Once I threw that thing in there, it said, okay, we fixed everything. I'm like, no, you still haven't given me a working model. It's just done another one now. So there's something in the code that keeps screwing up, that keeps missing. So anyway, that's where I am at with that. So I'm now working on AI for this inversion piece. If I've got it marking my shorts and my longs, it's working good. This worked good. You guys can see this one. I'll show it to you this quick. Armed short, armed long, armed right there, fires off. There's my trigger for a long. So it fires off. It's catching. It's working. I'm getting it there, you guys. We're getting it. We're getting it. Not too far now until I have a working indicator based on what we're teaching every morning. That's what I'm trying to do. So I'll have to test it out and make sure you guys are getting something that's pretty reliable. That's why I'm working with Master Reza. He's like Yoda when it comes to watching and reading price action or reading code. He's the master of code. So retest, we've got to break this structure. We'll come back into that, looking for a run lower now. It's too far into the discount, so you got to wait for a structure, another structure shift. Immediate rebalance, look for this area right here to close out. 237. Well, you guys aren't talking much over there today. It's been pretty quiet. That's just one screen of conversation. But I'm for 44 minutes and you guys aren't even talking. Good morning. All right. Well, we're already through the 9:30 open. I don't even mark those anymore, do I? I should actually mark them and see where we're going. 9:30. That's a D's 9:30. I forgot all about these things and marking them up. Oh, no, that's not what I'm looking for. It's like wondering why I couldn't see it in there. I want to look for this. No, it's not that one. This is the one I want. There we go. That's easy. 30. Well, that says 9:30. I'm going to find is 8:30 versus 8:30. There's 8:30. People are bailing already. There's no excitement, they say. There's the continuation. There's that range. We take out that little low right there. Trade back into it right there. Now I want to see it short there. Took a while for that to load on. Stop loss will go just above that. So now you want to see if this fails, right? This whole area can trade back into, so you'll be just slightly above it. We've already got range extension. I want to see a continuation on the downside now. This one looks good too. So you could say, I want to put my stop loss right there. I don't want to see it get through that. Not good. So it's already traded through this one. That's what he took me out there. So there's your first indication right there. Right back through. So all you got was range extension. Now to get back in sync, you want to see that hold price and go higher. So we didn't get this one. We didn't get this one. It's traded through here, and that's throwing you off the horse, and you got to run after the horse now to get back in sync with it. That's a total flip you off right there. Run straight for your stop loss. And that's good, because sometimes you'll see that, hey, it doesn't give you an opportunity to use your fail safe to get out of that. It just runs straight for your stop. And now I see this right here. It's not that it doesn't work. You're going to get hit every once in a while. Now I want to see if it comes back before it takes that high. I want to see it come back, tag this. Where's our first presentation? Or is this our first fair value gap? I think that's our first fair value gap after 9:30, isn't it? That's 9:30. Yeah, that's the first one. So we come back and tag that and look for a long here. It's that 15-minute. See how we worked through that 15-minute level now? And this 15-minute level right here, we came lower into this small little discount area right here. No, there's nothing there. It's just this order block. What do we got over here? We run above that level. We come all the way back inside that validated fair value gap. I've been ignoring that. We validated it here. None of this mattered until we got here. Then it came back into consequent encroachment. Went higher. That's what happens when you don't stay focused, you guys. You can miss some very obviously glaring stuff there, right? All right, consolidation time. Now the 4 hour looks kind of scary because there's a huge, if we close above 82, oh no, this is a December contract. Yeah, the 4 hour is 328 to 175. So that's a long way down for this stuff. If we close above that 349, if we close above 349, 350, and start to retrace back down, we can come all the way down into 179 before going higher. And you're already through 50% of that range. Didn't get a chance to catch it right there. You didn't even get a chance to catch it off of there. You didn't get a chance to catch it off of this larger one right here. You didn't get a chance to catch it off of here. You didn't get a chance to catch it over there. So you can see how many times we didn't even on this level, just decided to leave the town and just ran right by the little kids with their lunch pails. Nobody got on that bus. Unless you did a turtle soup. Unless as soon as it swept it, you were confident it was going to go higher. So we now may get this rollover. Remember, we haven't hit any of this stuff yet, so this could go into a consolidation, retagging all the ones that haven't been had an opportunity to get in on them yet. So just kind of keep your eyes on each one of those levels. This one, this cluster right here, this one, this one, this one. There's the first one there, that high. Then you look at the mean threshold of that, puts you right inside this fair value gap. So what you want to see is here, this come down, and then look for a 15-second chart for a reversal to catch that. Is this the one? No. Is this the one? Is this one? And you just keep slowly as it eats way it through, wait for that reversal on a 15-second chart. So this is using a higher time frame to hit an objective that you go to a lower time frame to look for confirmation on the turn. $600 times 30 accounts. Chris, that's awesome. Good for you, man. Is that like $18,000? Good for you. 30 accounts, eh? Love you, Darren. I love you too, buddy. I'm trying to hit 100K this month. Good for you, man. That's awesome. Good for you, Chris. There's the retest. Change of direction. Now I want to see if this holds. Is that with Apex you're still with there, Chris? And are they still paying you out with all that? You're not having any problems with payouts or anything? So let's keep our eye on this area here. There's the high of it. That's where you want to see the ultimate little entry if you're short. Stop loss would be just above you here. I have 15 Apex, 5 take profit, 5 funded next, and 5 Tradeify accounts. And you've got them all linked? You've managed to link them all, or do you just run back and forth between each one of those? And those guys continue to pay you out with no problems? Which one would you say is the most reliable? I know Apex is a real bitch for rules. You know, you even so much as drop $2,000 in one trade, and then it goes higher. It kicks you out. Still no issues with payouts from Apex. Trade Sinker. Oh, you got Trade Sinker on that. So which one would you consider as your most reliable account or a prop firm you haven't had any issues with, or the least amount of issues with? Take profit is the best out there. After the first 10K, they move you up to a 5 live accounts, daily payouts, no limits. Wow, that's cool. That's good to know. The community will appreciate that. 90-10 split. Wow, really? You should be having 30 accounts in there. Do they give you max? There's only a maximum of 5 live accounts there. So we're going back above it now. So we're not shorting it. Now you're looking for a get back on in sync with it to go higher, to take out this upside. So coming back into this candle, we found support at that. We did not get any deeper than that. It's got intentions of going higher. Only 5 live accounts would take profit. They don't give you any more, hey? Well, still 5 live accounts. It's still $3,000 today. That's pretty good. And they get to pay you at the end of the day. You can walk away right now. You get paid your money, $3 grand. Go back to bed now. That's awesome. Well, I'm glad it's working out for you, Chris. Yay. I love to hear it, man. I love to hear it. Come back and give that a little tag now. We want to see that go higher. We've traded above this, so that's considered a buy. See, we've closed above there. You've tagged it. You can come all the way back down in here. Stop loss will go just down here now. Takes out the high. They're not going to move it to right away to break even. That would be your first profit right there. So now you're going to go break even and let it run. Unfortunately, I don't have any more on there except one. So let's see if it keeps running now. There's a likelihood of that coming back and tagging me out is quite high. Should have had more on there. I could have taken a portion off. But at least it's a zero stress trade now, so you see where it goes. The likelihood of them coming back and taking that little piece right there. I can literally wait. Only 5 live accounts. I can literally wait till market close and request what I made today, and it'll be in my bank tomorrow. Wow, that's awesome. You made the difference between spinning my wheels and being consistently profitable. Well, there you go, Chris. I'm happy to help, man. That's what I like to hear. A success story. We'll do beers one day, Chris, and chat about the fun. See how it's affected your life, how it's changed the quality of your life, the life of your family, your friends. Man, I can't wait to hear your story. What part of the world are you in? Where are you? I used to have a volleyball guy named Chris Alley. I used to play volleyball with. Ohio. Well, that's not too far away. I should come down and see you. Ohio. I think I got a, do you know Jimmy Ferris? Do you remember Jimmy Ferris? He used to play for the Patriots. I think he lives he was born in Ohio. He's a good friend of mine. He used to be the wide receiver for the Patriots. I met Jimmy doing about 6.5 hours from Toronto. Ooh. Hadi, road trip. Reza, we're doing a road trip. Yeah, Jimmy Ferris used to play for the Patriots. And he was a wide receiver back in the day. And I met Jimmy at a NLP practitioners course, and I was hypnotizing a bunch of people sitting at a chair. I think I've told you guys this story before, and we're all sitting around this big couch area. We're in a lounge. We're waiting for the class to start, and somebody wants me to hypnotize them, so I'm like, yeah, okay. And then somebody was like, hey, can you hypnotize all of us? I'm like, sure. So they're all sitting on this couch. So I end up hypnotizing them all. And Jimmy Ferris is sitting over with his little entourage of people. And he's watching this. And I didn't know who he was at the time. And I hypnotized these people. We had some fun. And all of a sudden I hear Jimmy go, I want that. Can you do that with me? I'm like, sure, if you want. If you really want to be hypnotized, you can. So he's like, yeah, I want that. So I was like, all right, sit down there. So I sat down there, dropped them all into trance, and Jimmy went in with them. I still remember the scene where I had them coming out over the ocean to this little tropical island where they could just kind of chill out and relax on this island and just enjoy the sun and blah, blah, blah. I don't do any of those R-rated type things. I always like to try and give people a sense of, showing them how the power of your mind is just an incredibly gifted thing. It's often overlooked. Anyway, Jimmy loved it. Thought it was great. So Jimmy and I became friends from that point on for the rest of the presentation, or the rest of the conference. It was good. So I got to make a good friend out of it. And then I found out later, he's like, you know who that is? It's like, no. It's Jimmy Ferris. I'm like, and like, he plays football. I'm like college football, regular football? It's like regular, like NHL, not NHL. That's hockey. NFL. This just goes to show you how much I know the American football. Anyway, the football league, and I'm like, oh, okay, well that's cool. Nice to know. And yeah, so I watched a couple of his highlight reels. He was good in the day, man. So we naturally started talking about things like can you use hypnosis to improve performance? So some coaches would pay like big bucks to have you come in and do high performance coaching on their guys who get stuck. Sometimes you get stuck, you know, you fumble the ball a couple of times, you get in your head, you come in and help fix that, clear that out of their head, get that confidence back. I'm like, yeah, that seems pretty easy. Seems like somebody would do that as a regular job. He says, never seen it in a football career, ever. Like, really? So naturally my little brain went, hey, I could do some hypnosis on football players, basketball players. But anyway, the whole psychology of sports psychology came into play, and away she went. That's awesome. Chris, how many days do we need to pass the evaluation? Just 5 days to pass, 5 consistent trading days. That's awesome. Forces you to pace yourself, as it should, yes. Well, the discipline is, Chris, you can walk away once you've made your money, you've done your thing, you can walk away from that. Like $600 over 30 accounts is $18,000. So $500 to $600 per day. That's all you got to look for, right? Spread out over 30 accounts. That's 18 grand a day. That's massive. That's massive. I'm sure a lot of people would love to get paid $18,000 a day. And really, you're working for 50 or 100, 500 to $600 a day is your goal. And really, you're awarded 18,000. That's pretty awesome. I don't get to trade every day. I have an insane client base. I'm an attorney that wants to quit. Well, Jesus, I don't know how much money you making as an attorney. If you can make $18,000 in a trade day, jeepers, you must be a high price lawyer if you're making more than 18 grand a day. Sheesh. Good for you, Chris. Worn out, as I would imagine that would be, you know, as a medic, I'd rather deal with blood, guts, and mayhem than deal with lawyer stuff. Like, that's some serious brain action there. Dealing with people's lives, so much easier than dealing with attorney client stuff. Man, oh man. I make more trading as I do in it. Okay, I need to build the savings account. Well, you're building it pretty quick. If you get 18 grand every time you trade, you get paid at the end of the next day or beginning of the next day. I don't know what you need to survive on down in the States, but look at this delicious little run here. Run up, come all the way back down and tag the top of that for a 15-minute chart. So we ran all the way through this level, took out the high, came all the way back inside the old high here. You ignored that wick, come right back into that old high, hit it, and look at that reaction you're getting off of that. That's nice. I'm prior military and prior law enforcement. Being an attorney is the hardest, most stressful job I've ever had. I bet. You're dealing with people's, lives. I don't know what kind of attorney you are, but whether you're a criminal attorney dealing with people's lives and that falsely accused. Can you imagine having patients or clients that were falsely accused, and you're trying your best to get people to see reason and see justice and prove injustice in a particular case? That can be quite a stressful job. At least if you're dying, you're either back or you're not. I either got you back or I didn't. I did the best I could to get you back. You're always fighting the Reaper, man. He's trying to take him. We're trying to bring him back. Or you patch somebody up. You know, fix a broken leg or whatever. Let the body heal. That's what you got to deal with, man. That's they're spending their life in jail, or they're losing huge financial losses, or you can literally change their life with a financial windfall that can change the quality of them and their families' lives, right? So that's a tough job, Chris. Tough job, man. Find your goal, find your freedom, and then quit. If you can find that discipline to, and you clearly obviously have it from the military and from, you know, looking at details from an attorney perspective, you have the discipline to trade. You're consistent. You've got your 30 accounts set up. So find your number. What's your number? What's the number that says, hey, look, man, I'm free at $1 million. I'm free at $5 million, $10 million, whatever your number is, find it. And as soon as you get it, leave that stress behind. Leave the stress behind. I've backed down to estate planning and small businesses. My wife retires from school in about 3 years, and I want to retire at the same time. Then I can just trade for an hour in the morning. That's perfect. That's perfect, Chris, man. I wish you all the best, all continued success, man. Do it. I want to hear that you retired. I just want to hear you say, Darren, I did it, man. I got out. I got out of the rat race and I did it. Now I trade for fun. My wife and I spend tons of time together. We go off traveling. I get to take the kids on vacations. I have financial freedom. And I just do an hour a day to maintain that kind of lifestyle. That's what I want to hear for you, buddy. I really, truly, honestly do. I'd love to hear that. And then do something great with your money. Do something great with your money. Help people out. Teach people what you learned here. Go teach other people. Teach your kids generational wealth, man. Hadi does it with his kid. This kid was, how old's your kid now, Hadi? 8, 12, something like that? Just a young fella, but he sits on his dad's knee and he learns. And they're like little sponges at that age. A quick word for the newbies on here. Spend the time with Darren on here. He's a great teacher. Oh, thanks, Chris. Thank you, sir. I appreciate that. You're working on your son right now. He's 23. Ooh, a little harder. A little harder to get him to sit on your knee and watch. 8 years old. Hadi's kid's 8 years old, and he picks up on stuff. He shows his dad some really awesome trades. He'll go, hey, what about this? And Hadi's like, that's correct. That's very good, Danielle. That's very good. So yeah, that's amazing. So I love that. He's teaching his kid generational wealth. And if he sees his dad is stress-free and not freaking out over it, and he becomes stressed, he realizes that, no, that emotion doesn't have anything to do with this. And he's learning at a very early age that has zero to do with the trade. It's all about the setup, right? So your 23-year-old kid, I really hope he sees the value in what you're doing, and send him off here to military school. We'll be his military school. Say, all right, you're going to spend 6 months in the pen with Darren and the boys. They're going to teach you how to do your trading. $23. Oh, if you could just get through to him, hey? You just get through to him and say, hey, look, dude, trust me. If you can see how this opportunity is staring you in the face, you never have to work for the man. You choose your own destiny. That's so hard for people to see now because there's so much strife in the world and desperation to try and hold on to wealth, or it's there to generate. It's right there in front of you. You don't have to do it the old-fashioned way. You can do it through what's between your ears here and trust yourself. Trust that you have the ability to find these setups. The really tough part about trading is getting past your own greed, your own self-doubt, your own fear of missing out, all the things that hinder a good trader, regardless of how well you can read the charts. If you have all those issues, your trading is going to be so much more difficult. It's going to be longer to get the path to success, but stick with it. Stick with it, my friends. Stick with it. It is your Christmas gift to yourself. You can do it. My son teaches high school. He's learning slowly. Nice. Now, there's a tough job. My wife's a teacher. She's finally retired. She was a principal of a school, and that is so hard, dealing with parents and entitled kids nowadays. Everybody wants a handout. Nobody wants it. Nobody wants to work for stuff anymore. They just want to get it given to them. You got helicopter parents. Oh my God, I'm so glad she's out of it. And she's so amazing with parents and teacher and student. Amazing. And how she does it, I would have just I'd sedate them all. Screw you. Screw you. Screw you. Or just sedate you all. I don't want to deal with that stuff. The mental side of trading I found is by far the hardest. It is truly the hardest. That's exactly it. I would be fired by the first parent that came in and started screaming at me. I'd be like, okay, you and me need to go to the gym and sort this out. Yeah, that would drive me crazy. She is amazing. My wife always goes, if they come in yelling at me, I just go, this is not about me. It's about an issue that they have, that my goal is to try and find the solution. I was like, yeah, no, that wouldn't work for me. Somebody could start yelling, I'd be like, look, you're not getting anywhere with me talking to me like that. You better show a little respect, or forget that. You could just turn and walk your ass right out that door. You can't talk to me that way. Certainly, you can talk to me that way. I certainly can talk to you. Get out of my damn school. Yeah, it wouldn't work too well for me. So far we've got a little market structure shift here. We had a little bop down below it, come back into it. Not super clean, a little chop here, but this candle here is ideally the one you want to see supporting it. And its mean threshold is what I want to see, right? So take that mean threshold there just so you can understand. As soon as you get this market structure shift, and you want to see a continuation model, that's the extension model, or the extension. Now you want to see a continuation. So you take this candle here, the very last one, you take its body and you say, I don't want to see anything get above the mean threshold of that candle. You can use all three of them. Michael again talks about all three, and we talk about this SIBI traded back into the SIBI to go lower. Ideally, I don't want to see any more than that 50% right there. It rolls over and continues coming lower, aiming for our next downside target, which is right here, right there. Bang, hit it. Now I want to see if it pops through it. My wife is wise. She is an amazing lady. I don't know how I ended up with her. She's an amazing lady, let me tell you. Any woman who can put up with me, that's a penance. They're paying penance for past sins, I think. So you see how this body here, we want to see this candle close below this level. And then I want to see the range extension model occur, right? So you watch here, we'll trade this. So keep in mind, you got this SIBI or BISI here can fill in and then stop and then start going higher. So we know that this candle here is we want to see it act like a bull trap, right? But we want to see it close below here. If it doesn't, it just keeps tapping around inside that. If you're going box to box, there's your box to box. That's your internal range liquidity hunt. our take profit model 2. Done and dusted. Now we're just waiting for this to continue. So now you've decided to close your trade off there. Now you say, what if this tears away on me? Okay, well, now let's get back in sync with the chart. Let's make sure that it's still on target to take these lows. We want to see this level traded through, tagged, and go lower. If it doesn't, then we wait. Wait for another setup. Wait for something cleaner to occur. Chris, does that take profit trader, does that charge you a continual monthly fee, or do they stop the monthly fee after you've passed the combine? So watch here for the next 30 seconds. Yeah, Top Step X was doing some nasty stuff. There's a lot of freezes going on with Top Step, and yeah. Only 10% payouts. Got it. 2, 1. Oh, look at that. See how it just literally came back and froze on it? It's going to give you one more. We're still waiting for a body to get down here. This could be just a swing. Now that we've closed that BISI in and we've got a little stab through it, my next target inside this candle is the mean threshold. So again, I'll wait and see what kind of a response I get right there. Oops. There's 25% of that candle. 50% is the mean threshold of that candle. I still want to see it close below here, and that's the target 1. So there'll be a little swing there. Tag it, and then aim for here, hit that, move to break even, and let it run, because you want to see this hold or let go and run for the rejection block. So there. See, now we're below it. We'll wait for it to come back to it. We'll add a couple of them on here. Oops. Get out of there. Oh, I got in early. And the stop loss has to go above that high. So then we wait for that 5 to get taken. There. So now you move yourself to break even. You've paid yourself. It's a zero stress trade. There's $950 over 30 accounts. That's $30,000 right there. Look at that. Done already. Move to the sidelines. Chris, you're up another $30,000. And you still got $150 in the bank. There's your $500. You're done for the day. Move to the sidelines with your 30 accounts. Funny. There's 30. I just look at this now and I times it by 30. I just chuckle to myself. You're taking up to 40 accounts. Holy smokes. See, that could be it. That could be your one minute trade for the day. You make your $500. You move to the sidelines. You say, I'll see you tomorrow, and walk away. And you get paid 18 grand the next day in 1 minute. Even lawyers don't get paid that well. There, I'm out now. That should have taken me out there. So now that mean threshold's been hit. That was the target. Now I want to see if we reach for the further drive down. So I pulled my stop loss to break even kind of quick. But anyway, you get the idea of how to aim for specific data points, right? So look for this rejection block down here now. My goal is to be completely private, my own accounts, no prop firms by the end of 2026. So that'd be amazing. So now you want to see this trade below 50% of that, use the 50% to go lower. It's another one of those inversion points. Michael doesn't talk about inversion points, but I see it way too many times. As soon as it trades through it on a close, it comes back to it one more time. Again, let me pull this so you can see it. These data points are like, there's 50%. See how it froze right on it, opened on it, and then we're going lower. It acts like a inversion. So if we come back and tag it, go lower, look for a rejection. There's the rejection block already. So now what I'm looking for is a retest of this candle. I'm looking for range extension and then a continuation model. What would that do for you to be on your own accounts, Chris? Are you don't like the idea of them taking 10% of your money? You want 100%, and there's the retest. So we put one in there. Completely changes the taxes. Oh, does it really? Okay. So now it takes out that low. So I got to move to break even. So it's a zero stress trade now. As soon as it takes that low out, there's zero stress. So hopefully this is going to hold now. We've come back. We've tagged it. We want to see that keep going lower now. If it comes back and takes us out, then now you start looking for your next target, which is right there at 182. Imagine your 30 accounts still on from this entry. There's your $100,000 account right there. $100,000 trade. You would have made 100 grand right there. You would have made $100,000 right there in that little run. I love it. Just keep timesing this by 30 accounts and just kind of smile to yourself and say, damn, that Chris has got it done. It completely changes the taxes, shifts tax in the U.S. to 60% long-term capital gains, 40% short-term income capital gains. Okay. I'm going to sit right there. Good morning, Mark. Now, Mark's got an interesting system of doing, we call it the Marky Mark, Chris. It's the 3-hour candle. It's the 3-hour candle. And I think I have that as an indicator. I think I made it an indicator. Critical times. I think this is what I call it. Yep. This was the problem, though. I had it marked as a 3 a.m. 1-minute candle instead of the whole hour. That's why I was... So ignore that. It's just the start of the 3 a.m. candle. So come back and give this another little touch. And now you're watching this, right? We're watching for it. Now that we've taken this low, this could be the change in direction. So we've got a change in direction possibility, or this tags it now and comes lower. That's a short right there. All the time that doesn't fill in and we close above it, we're short. So go back to your 15-second chart now and look for continuation. 3 hour. Why 3 hour? That's his thing. He looks at that 3 hour candle. You just go back through your charts, Chris, and look at the 3 hour candle. It's mostly, it creates a high, especially in London, and then you map them out and just drive them all the way across, and you'll see how they go from 3 a.m. to 3 a.m. And if you trade through the 50% of the 3 a.m. candle, then look for the next 3 a.m. candle. And watch it. It's crazy how accurate it is. Not super consistent, but man, there's some times where you just see it just bang, 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 just back and forth between 3 a.m. candles. And it happened way too often to discount it as just randomness. So, and Mark trades an amazing setup on that. See how we've traded through it now? So forget the short. Now you're back inside this range. So that's where you go. Mean threshold, or do I want to see this? You see how this one says that one wants to go long? This one says, I don't want to see the mean threshold get taken. We've already seen the retap. I don't want to see it like right there. You want to see this continue going lower. You don't want to see it start eating through here. So you've already done your extension. Now it's finished its extension. It's looking for a reversal, and you're back inside that range. Look for this candle right here. You're back inside the BISI. I would take this one right here initially, right there to there. Yeah, that's right. There's 70% optimum trade entry reversal. Oops, put that back. Reversal. Now watch it. Now I'm looking for it to close below here. And then we get this next price leg down. If not, then we're looking for run up to here, and then I want to see this. This would be the important area over here if I see what kind of reaction we get inside there. So remember I told you before, if we see one candle rip through one and then it rips the second one right there, uses the second one only to continue going higher. It doesn't come back to the first one. So when you see this aggressive run through 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever the very last one is that it stops on and comes back to it, that's the one you want to see go higher. See there, one does not close above it. This one does. You expect to see it come back. It doesn't. It runs through the next one right there, then comes back and finally tags it here, then goes higher. So watch for those kind of distinctive bull candles that rip through something and come back to it. It's the very last one. So watch this guy here. That's the first little bull trap. And we're through that upside SIBI again. Remember, we want to see it. We tagged it. We used it as inversion to go lower. Now you want to see it act as inversion and go higher. See that? See it close above it? Tags it. Now you want to see that keep coming higher now. That's using this, reusing that same SIBI over and over again for shorts, for longs, for changes in direction. Just keep that in mind. That's very important for you guys to kind of look at. See, now if it trades back through it again and we have not cleared this candle on a high, then we're back inside this range again. So watch and see what the close does. Don't let the wick, the formation of the candle freak you out. It's the psych candle. This is where your brain, you get to find out what kind of trader you are, because you look at this candle and you go, oh, no, I'm on the wrong side. Oh, no. You're still chasing it by watching it. So wait for it to close. It's like I told you before. If that was your chart, make a decision at the end. Next candle, make a decision at the end. Make a decision at the end of this candle before you go on to the next one. So wait for that to close. And wherever your stop loss is, it'll be based on key points. So did that hold? It ran above that bull trap, but didn't break it, right? We have, look at that body right there. Did not close above it. But we went above this level, and then now we've traded back through it. So above it, below it, I want to see it pop through it and take out this high now and use that candle. And then I look at this as the next price leg higher. That'll be like this. up to here, and look at there, look where that lines up. Mean threshold of that candle, and there's a little imbalance over here as well. So that's kind of like where I'm looking for on the upside. It's the start of the London session price bounce from 3 a.m. to 3 a.m. most days. Interesting. It's doing it right now. So let's have a look at this so you get a chance to see what it looks like, Chris. Okay, so 3 a.m. Let's look for the last 3 a.m. candle right here. And we'll do this. We even call it the Marky Mark, Mark 3. Give him credit, man. He's the discoverer of the Marky Mark 3. So Mark 3, where's a Mark 3? Mark 3 candle. And then we look for the next Marky 3. Mark, right there. There's Mark 3 on that one. So we go here to here. This is how he does it, Chris. And Mark, and let me know if I'm wrong, Mark. If I don't pay it justice, let me know. So there's the we've traded through the, there's the 3 candle. See how we're at consequent encroachment of it, or mean threshold. We come back to the mean threshold, but we're staying above that consequent encroachment. And now we're looking for, or the mean threshold, and we're looking for a continuation to our next Mark 3, which is up there. And where does that line up with for our price action job? So we're watching right here for our target. Is that correct, Mark? Yeah, I'm out of that one because it went higher, went lower, and now it's tagging the bottom of it. So it looks like it's running back into this range here. Look for this downside objective here. There's the first one. Remember the ones we talked about this before. I want you to see this. If we run back up and we ignore that one we ran through, we hit the second one, right? So if it does come back, it tends to want to refill the one that we've ignored, right there. If it does come back there, keep your eyes on the lower inversion. So now if it pulls back and goes higher, you'll see what I mean by that. You want to see it start climbing higher. If it comes back through it, then I use this as the inversion for the next price leg lower. And we're not pushing for that right now. We're pushing lower. This could be the next big price leg lower. So if we trade through 50% of this, come back into that, then we're looking for a huge, where's the next 3 a.m. candle down below us? That would be like how I would use this 3 a.m. stuff. And believe me, it does some amazing stuff, man. And here's another example of that. If we get a body trade above it and it comes back through the mean threshold of that candle, what is it tagging? It's tagging the ones that didn't get hit previously, right? So it's running all the way back into that stibby. So you want to see that hold price right there. You don't want to see it get lower than here now. Bounce off and go higher. If it starts to eat back through this level and eats through, and it closes below here at 186 on a hourly chart, if it closes below that, look for this candle to act as support to push through this level. Use that as support one more time, and then start ranging down lower. So just keep an eye on that. And it's as we approach 11 o'clock, and I'll be out of here at 11. Family's here, so I'm only doing two and a half hours a show today for the rest of the week, and then I'll see you guys in the new year. But that'll be it for me for the rest of the day. There's the retest right to the bottom of it. Now let's see how it acts. So what are you looking for as an entry? So I think what he looks for is once that 3-hour candle has been broken to the upside, that 15 or broken to the mean threshold. Let's say it trades back to the mean threshold and starts to go higher. He's looking at this mean threshold as the key entry point. to go higher. As long as it stays above that mean threshold, he's long. If it closes back through the mean threshold, he'll close the trade and wait for the high or the low to get broken, and then use that low or the high as the range extension. So he uses this almost like a pivot point, the consequent encroachment and the high and the low. So what I use as my range extension model, which is the SIBI low and the BISI high, he uses the 3-hour high and the 3-hour low, and the consequent encroachment is the go no go zone. I think that's how he uses it. Let me know if I'm wrong there, Mark, or if I've got a basic understanding of what you do. Like that's my interpretation of using it as go no go zone right there, and reconnect, get back in sync with the market if it reverses on you, right? So now he's watching. So if it comes back through his mean threshold again and closes below that on a 15-minute chart, then he'll move to the sideline. 15 or 5, he'll move to the sidelines and wait for the high or the low to get taken. Let me know if that's correct, Mark. Exactly. Okay, good. I got it right. So now we're watching this close through here. I'll have to back test that and see what I can do with that. Look, see that retest? Let's go short. Let's go short. And we want to see this get held. And if it keeps trading back through here, you're going to see how consolidation will beat the crap out of your account. So I'm going to let that sit here, and I'm going to show you guys how your account can get whiplashed if we've traded above it, below it, above it, below it. How many times you can keep getting hit on this before it finally picks a direction, either reverses and goes back higher, or it continues to go lower. So I'm going to be right above the 930 open. I don't want to see it come back through there. And there's only one handle on there. Let's throw another one on there. I know it's a little late to the party, but I want to take one off down here just so you get an idea of what it's like to pay yourself at rejection blocks. And then you can move your stop loss to break even, and then you're in a zero stress trade again. Or your time's in it by 30 accounts. Now, the key here is not to look at 30 accounts and say, oh, I'm losing money or I'm gaining money. It's like, is my strategy, is this level? You got to be like totally solid with this in terms of your commitment to your trade plan or your trade model. If it trades back through there, you're giving it zero room to move. Like you're not, I don't want to put my stop loss way up here because I know if it fails here, it's heading there. And there's my premium array up there. I don't want that touched. So watch right there. That's it. No more. Close it out if it does. You're out. I don't even want to see a wick get through there. So if it rolls over here now, see how that was $600 over 30 accounts. Oh my God, there's like how much money is that? $600. It's like 20 grand or something like that. You just lost right there. Above, below, above, below. See how you can get beat up in here with that kind of stuff? As soon as you see it trade back above it, you think, I want to see it, tag it now and leave. It trades below it. Don't mess with this. Wait for market structure shift. Otherwise, this consolidation above and below only one level is going to really kick the shit out of your account. And you can just keep reinvesting and reinvesting and reinvesting and slowly get your account eaten up, right? So you can see how quickly you can drop 20 grand on that over 30 accounts. I currently trade the open gap and or the first presentation fair value gap. Please do and let us know what else you find for reference. I look at the sessions as a whole candle. 3 a.m. starts London session, and all sessions need to touch it or it creates a fair value gap. Got it. Chris, what plans do you have with TPT, Take Profit Trader? 50K TPTs. All my accounts are okay. All my accounts are 50,000 K. I built a buffer of 5K per account. Won't go below that with payouts. I'm holding buys. Watch this level right here. I want to see it get above that, but see how we're so close to taking out the high? You have to wait for the high to get taken with a bull candle and then wait for a graded response off that bull candle. You're holding the buys. Makes sense? And that's where Mark can hold. He's not worried about this big retracement candle at all. He just goes, whatever. My stop loss is just below my 50% of that range. If it comes back and takes me out, then I'll wait for another setup. So do you scale out at all, Mark? Or do you just wait for your objective to get hit and that's it? You'll weather all this stuff and not worry about it. Once you're committed to it, one trade, one hit, one wonder, you're done. So now I'm waiting to see this close in 10 seconds above this level. Oh, it's like literally right on it. I'll come back and use this as support. See how we closed above it right there? Come back, tag it right there. If that's a down close candle or an up close candle, what is it? Open, closes 2281, open 281.50. So it's a bull candle. It is like a 0.5 of a bull candle. Now it's closed above it. Oh no, it's not. It's still sitting on it. Just come back and give that a tag and we'll go long there. Right there. So what you want to see now is you want to see this hold price back. Otherwise, if it breaks through here, where are we aiming for? We're looking for a retest of this candle here or back into 50% of this. So you have to say to yourself, how much of this am I willing to give up in terms of a loss to see that go higher? And if you're buying into Chris's or Mark's 3-hour candle, that's a nice little discount area to catch it, to run higher. You've already hit this on a 15-minute or 1-hour chart. We've already come back and validated that long right there. So as soon as it came back down there in the hour, we were talking about this yesterday, Rez. If it comes back into that level and you hit that, what you're looking for now is you're looking for any opportunity on the lower time frame to see a reversal. So if this is your reversal, it comes back in and you hit that, and now you're going long. Right there, you put your stop loss just below that low. Let her buck. Now you're aiming for that area right there. See how you're inside the 3-hour, inside this confluence here, and aiming for that upside objective there. And if you've got 30 accounts, you just closed out another. 18 grand or so. Anyway, so we'll see what that looks like there. See if we reach for that objective. Yeah, you scale out at fair value gaps. Okay, good. Good to hear. Now just scale out. Is that still on the hourly? Because the 1 hour or you're in the 3 hour chart, right? You scale out at next fair value gap on the hourly night, right? Not these 1 minute charts. And highs or lows. There's the retest of that level here. Pull back inside this range. We'll see if this we're going to stick our stop loss right where Mark's is, just below that mean threshold there. So here's our SIBI. If we close below that, close that out, take a huge hit. Because now all of a sudden we're in this consolidation area. See how we trade back through the mean threshold of that candle and we close back below it here. So now this has to get back through here and use this as support now. See how this one didn't get a chance to get used, and we're coming all the way back to fill it. And now the scary part is that we've actually traded below it, trade back into it. If this rolls over here now, this is the last line of defense because we're inside this range, and now we're looking for support to go lower. So I'm going to see that support broken and then drill through this next level. So right now it's not looking good for longs. We got to get back through here. Oh, you use it on the 5-minute chart. That's interesting. So you look at your 1 hour chart and you manage it on a 5-minute chart. New fair value gaps, new highs, new lows, so on and so forth. Okay, interesting. See how that 62% retracement inside that range? You have to be willing to say, am I willing to give up that much loss if I lose that level? Am I willing to give up that much and be on the potentially on the wrong side of it to catch this for continuation on the upside? That's your own personal struggle there, because if you're just staring at that and not committed to a higher time frame trade, then you're going to get beat up in that kind of stuff, right? The emotional side of it. So anyway, my next upside target's right here. If you pay, typically, as soon as I take that high, I'll pay myself and move to break even. But we're going to see what happens if we just leave it now and aim for Mark's objective. See if we can leave it all day. $30 accounts. There's $30,000. $30,000 in 6 minutes. What are you, a lawyer? Yes, as a matter of fact, I am. I love it. Chris, you and Hadi are going to be my poster boys for our ThetaWaveTrader. I love it. Oh my God. $60,000. $60,000. Please stay. I want you. I need you. Oh God. So wait for this bull trap to break to the upside, and we'll continue to hold this for. As soon as I break that high there, I'll move to break even. So this is going to be a super long hold through weathering a bunch of shit here. And as soon as it breaks that high, move to break even. Pay yourself at the high, which will be the 5-minute as well as the 15, as the hourly, all three of those. So pay yourself there, move to break even, let the rest boogaloo till you puke. There's $90,000, Chris. There you go. There's $100,000. Done for the month. Done for the month. Trades stinker. I have to look at that one. I haven't seen that one. Called trade sinker. I've been through that stage where you try to land whatever you can during the day, keep burning up my accounts. I'm just happy with 1-2 trades with one contract for $500. Nothing wrong with that, brother. Don't ever, I'm just playing with you. Don't ever overcommit, like, holy smokes. Now, as soon as we break this candle, ideally, I want to see that hold, and then I can move this into here, right? So a body breaks this high here. We hit this upside objective. I want to see if this, which is buried inside that candle, you want to see if that holds price. Not good. You want to see it stop right there. It's going to come back and take me out here. That hold right there. That's it. Line in the sand. Stop right there. Leave this open. Give me a little breakaway here. Thank you. I find it's nice if you're polite with the markets and you're very appreciative. Now I don't want to see it get any lower than that. It's done its thing down here. Leave. With intention now. Bull trap's got to break through this bull trap here. If this holds, then we're looking for a revisit down here. Remember, this one never got visited. So if this starts to eat through here, we want to take a bit of profit and look for re-entry down here. If that gets to stay open and act like a breakaway, then that's awesome. I want to see that continue to push higher. I want to see that hold. So we break that high there. That's even better still. Then I want to see this candle act as another propulsion candle to push for our upside objective in a larger range, if you're hunting for that and you want to pay yourself at the consequent encroachment. And then I'm watching here to see if we do come back and revisit this with choppiness, with a shitty market. So you're kind of just watching for these key levels you want to see hold in support price. And you got to understand why that's an important candle. You want to actually act as propulsion and break through the bull trap. Otherwise, if it fails, you know why it's going to fail and what you can expect after that if it does. This one's been revisited. We traded above that level, came back, retested it. Now I don't want to see this get retested again. I want to see a body get through here so I can start moving this stop loss into some profit and then see if it continues to run higher. Or just leave it alone. Say you got to be content with $1,000 for the day. 30,000 over 1, 2, 20, 30 accounts. I just love that idea, Chris. That's hilarious. There's right there. Now I like to see that hold. $120,000. That'd be nice, hey? 100 grand. Now this candle has been validated. Oops, let me put that back. This candle's been validated, so now I want to see this hold and keep pushing higher. Like its mean threshold should hold price now and keep pushing. Have a great day. See you later, Hadi. Have a great time, man. I'll see you tomorrow. We got a couple more days left and then we're done for the year. So that one there, you should be paying yourself at that. I didn't take a sell there. We should actually take one off there. As soon as it gets there, one more time, I'll take one off. So the thing is, you can get this trade up to the BISI, turn around and run all the way back down again. So that's why you've got to see this candle act as support to push higher. It starts to fail. See how this, with these attempts trying to get up here? Unless it's just gathering up some steam, we're still not broke through this bull trap here. So you got to kind of ask yourself, keep your stop loss, keep your money protected. We've had 1, 2, 3, 4 attempts to get up there now. So you certainly can be mean. For a holiday season and a gift of giving, she can be very mean. I'm going to take one off there. That'll put 1,000 down, and then so 2/3 of that we'll keep down. So we'll end up with 2. And that waffling, not what you want to see. All these attempts to get up there and they're failing. This is our last hope for this candle to hold. So you want to see that. And it needs to pop through there. If it pops through there, then that's great. We're interested in seeing the next upside objective I'd be looking for is like right here. Look, a nice little armed long. just going to show you this one again. Look at this. This is the bot I'm working on. Took an armed along right there. Boom. Took a nice little run up. We're getting there. We're getting there, you guys. Where am I at here? Let's go back to our regularly scheduled program. So it took us out right there. Done. This should not be happening. And we see these attempts to get up here. That's why you pay yourself at the premium array. Scale out 1, 2, 3 different levels. So now I expect to see if this fails now to run back into this little guy down here. And then I'm looking for an opportunity to get you another run. So that's how you kind of protect yourself and say, there's no reason that mean threshold. See, when it trades through it and then trades back to it, look for continuation. I treat it like an inversion point, like a data point. We trade through it, look for a retest, kind of like what we do when we do these inversions down here. That's kind of like a data point that I look for to say, are we going to go lower now? Not once we've traded through it. I want to see it get hit. Otherwise, it's got to clear out the high here now for me to even be interested in running back into that. And we're right up in the premium of this larger range. So you have to ask yourself, are you going to chase this for this last little piece of glory here? Or are you going to wait for that and then wait for your next trade model, which is, we have 4 trade models we can use. The next trade model is range extension. So I need to see this close above here, come back, tap it anywhere inside it, preferably back to this old high, and then look for a long. So see how that mean threshold is an interesting data point. We trade through it, to it, open on it. And now we're into waffle territory, and I'm not interested. What are you using to build your bots? I want to build one. ChatGPT. You buy the Pro Edition, because the basic ones you'll hack around in that thing forever. Even the Pro Edition is frustrating as hell. I've been stuck dealing with syntax errors and shit since last night. I had a working model last night, like that one I've kept as a trading model because I'm working on a different portion of it now, and it just seems to have screwed up the script because I've asked it to do some stuff now, and it's like it's spinning on its wheels. It sees it, it explains it, but it's just not coding it properly right now. And I've tried 4 different AIs. So DeepSeek, nowhere near close to it. Grok, don't even waste your time. If you want pictures, go to Grok. Grok can make you nice pictures, but it sucks at coding. DeepSeek, distant, maybe 3 out of 4, a third out of 4, and then your see how that mean thresholds kind of broke through, came back, ripped through it again. Now this candle's done. Now aren't you glad we got out when we did? We didn't want to see that mean threshold get broken. Takes us out, we're done. So you make a bit of profit on that way, and if it's on the reversal, I'm looking for back here. And it's coming up for 11 o'clock now, so we expect to see a run on this liquidity, and maybe a run on this whole liquidity run here. And then you're looking for that 12 o'clock reversal to start running back up to his 3 a.m. candle again. So right now, I don't see that running for there right now. I just see it back inside. We're back stuck inside this range. We've already hit a premium. We're back inside this candle's mean threshold. I don't see that hold now. That's been hit. Now you want to see it close back through this little bull trap right here. Get up on top of it and then start pushing for this again. If it doesn't, it's going to look for this little dude right here. And if that lets go, we're looking for this dude. And if that lets go, we're looking for this dude. D, what are you doing? You're still here. I got to close this out now because my family's up. I got to spend some time with them. I love these guys. So thank you very much for tuning in, you guys. Again, keep your eyes on this level, and this level. Those are the 3 key levels for me. And then you're looking for the lower time frame 15-second chart to look for reversal off this level. Or if we do come back and revisit, you don't want to lose the mean threshold on the 15-minute candle, so 276. That's it. You don't want to see that come lower than that. That's it. Start pushing higher now. This would be another nice price leg higher. And we don't get this. Okay. Anyway, I will see you guys on TradingView or Telegram, I should say, if we have any, if I see any good setups for the rest of the day. I'm probably not going to be on. I'm just going to spend some time with the family. So thanks for tuning in, you guys. I love you guys. Thank you so much for everything. You guys are awesome. Chris, man, so proud of you, man. Carry on the good work. You're doing a great job, and I love to hear your success, and it helps other people. I'm sure you helped motivate some people today with your success. So I'm glad you're following the rules and you're sticking to the plan. All the best to you and your family for this holiday season, and the rest of you, thank you again for joining, and I will see you guys bright and early tomorrow morning. And as usual, I'm sending the love, my friends. Take care. I'll see you tomorrow.